Hi, Hollis. Here we are in your gorgeous office. Thank you so much for this invitation.
Thanks for coming, guys. It's good to see you.
So I'll kick things off with a simple question. What's going on these days?
What's going on? Well, it is a busy time of year. It's been a little bit quiet over the summer with all of our undergrads gone, but I think everybody's waking up and getting back from their summer holidays and realizing they have course conflicts and things like that, so it's getting to be a little bit nuts around here.
So what's the most exciting thing you have planned for the new year?
Most exciting thing I have planned for the new year, for the new school year, I think, we're taking a little bit of a different approach to academic orientation this year, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And we have some exciting initiatives planned on the undergrad recruitment side of things. So the incoming class of 2022, which makes me feel really old to say, is going to experience some exciting new things.
I heard you used to work for a rock band. What did you do specifically?
So I didn't work specifically for a rock band, but I did used to work in music marketing and music production. So I've done everything from picking bands up and driving them to and from hotels and airports, including once almost accidentally killing half of the English beat in a car accident, to touring with Green Day for a couple weeks one summer. So yeah, a lot of different things, but it was all brand related.
Do you have a favorite rock song?
Do I have a favorite rock song? That is a hard question. I think Black Rebel Motorcycle Club's "There Ain't No Easy Way" is that's like a good pump up song, going to the gym, that kind of stuff. If you're feeling like you need some energy, that's my go-to song.
That's cool. So what's your favorite thing about your current job?
Favorite thing about my current job, I think, is seeing our students succeed. So particularly the students that maybe stumble along the way and have a rough go, maybe they don't do so well in a course, or they need to get reinstated to the program and they come back successfully and then go on to do really great things with the rest of their time in the program, and after they graduate. It's always really nice to see those individual student success stories and really just watch students be resilient, I think, is probably my favorite thing.
So how many specializations are there at Schulich?
There are 10 specializations.
And can you name them all?
Probably. Accounting, economics, entrepreneurship and family business studies, international business, marketing, finance, strategic management, operations, management and information system, organization studies, and good old number 10. Did I say strategic management?
I think so.
Oh no. Okay, well, whatever number 10 is, the area is going to hate me for forgetting it right now, but it's probably the most important of them all.
And what's the main difference between the IBBA and BBA programs?
Main difference between the programs are the BBA program, you don't have to go on an exchange. So BBA is more of a general management degree. They're structured very similarly, but with the IBBA program, students have to spend a term abroad on exchange. They also have to study a second language while they're in the program, and they take a number of regionally focused electives.
And where's the coolest place you've traveled?
Coolest place I've traveled, it's probably a toss-up between Iceland and Tanzania. So, very different places, but both super cool.
And how many different nationalities are represented at Schulich?
A lot. So I would say, I think the stat for nationalities represented at York in general, or at least countries of origin represented, is over 150. So if you kind of extrapolate that to look to Schulich, it's probably quite similar. We're a very, very diverse group.
Do you speak any other languages?
I do not, much to my chagrin.
And what's the most common language taken by IBBA students?
Probably French, because a lot of students are coming from French immersion.
So what do you think makes Schulich most unique?
I think Schulich is the most unique, one based on the diversity of our student body. Again, we touched on that earlier, but students are coming from every corner of the world. There's many that are first-generation Canadians, so hugely diverse student body. And I also think our program is unique in that, given that it's like a 4-year direct entry program, you really do move through your 4 years as a cohort. So I tend to see a lot of good community building amongst our students. First years are friends with third years and friends with second years, that you might not necessarily get in other larger faculties.
And what's your favorite thing about the building?
My favorite thing about the building is probably the courtyard. Not that I ever really use it, but on the odd occasion where I decide to actually eat lunch in the summertime, it's really nice out there and it's a great study space for students.
What's your usual Starbucks order?
Usual Starbucks order is a grande Americano misto.
What question do students ask you the most?
Can I drop this course? No, students usually come to see me for a variety of reasons, but questions generally are surrounding, their academic schedules, and then also just their general well-being. So, we do get a lot of students that come to us and ask questions about where can I go if I need resources to help out with my mental health or learning skills services, time management. So they tend to kind of fall into those buckets in terms of themes of questions we get from students.
And are you available to students daily?
Yeah, I am. So generally speaking, our two advisors, Mariana and Rachel, are the folks that students are generally booking appointments with. But if students have more complicated questions or they do want to see me specifically, absolutely. All they have to do is contact the undergrad inbox, and Ricardo, who sits at our front desk, can book a meeting to meet with me. It might take a couple days to get on my calendar, but I am very accessible to students.
Yep, so that answers my next question. How can they contact you?
Ricardo's the man. Or you can just flag me down in the hallway.
So what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self?
What advice would I give to my 18-year-old self? Frank, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
If you follow your dreams, you can achieve anything, including getting a BBA at Schulich.
What he said. No, I think my 18-year-old self, I would just say, slow down and think about things, and you're really in no rush. So if you don't know what you want to do just yet, the pressure to get the job right when you graduate, or the pressure to know what degree you want to go into or what area or field you want to study, you are so young. You have so much time ahead of you. If you need to take a year to figure it out, cool. If you do an undergraduate degree and then decide, you know what, I've changed my mind and I actually want to study something else or pursue a different area, it's not the end of the world. You always have more time than you think you do. Oh, hi again.
So if you could take any course at Schulich, what would it be?
I think I'd probably take, it's the Entrepreneurship Field Study. I believe the course code is ENTR 4400. It's taught by Steve Pulver, so you can take it in your upper years of the program. And essentially what it is it's a small class, so you have to apply to actually get into the class. But if you are accepted, once you're in there, you'll spend the term essentially working with a real business. So it's incredibly experiential, and Steve Pulver's an amazing professor. I actually took a course from him when I did my MBA here, so I would highly recommend that one.
And do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents? No, probably not so much. I can't lick my own elbow or something strange like that. But I grew up fencing, so I can sword fight. That's a thing. So yeah, that's a bit of a weird one.
And what's one goal you're determined to achieve in your lifetime?
I think in my lifetime, my major goal, truthfully, is to just be happy. So, whether that comes in the form of work, family, travel, finances, any combination of those, it's just to get to a place where I can genuinely say, yeah, I'm good. I'd also like to see the Great Wall of China. And there's a few more other bucket list items on there, but I think all of that kind of ladders up to the idea of just really living a happy life.
So it's time for the last question. Where are students most likely to meet you?
Students are probably most likely to meet me down here in my office, but they'll also see me around the building all the time. Feel free to stop me and say hi. I'm usually out at pretty much all of our undergrad events from O Week right through to graduation. So pretty accessible, but yeah, if you ever need to see me in the flesh immediately, this is where I live. It's office W263F, and this is where I call home. Bye guys.